A good piece of equipment. You can't beat them for reliability. They get the job done. Our founder, Henry Ford, took great pride in his tractors. Ford tractors played an important role in developing American agriculture. They still help farmers feed our nation. Ford tractors have a proud heritage. History is important because sometimes to know where you are going, you must remember just how far you've come. The Romeo workforce has come a long way. They've always been hard workers, dedicated to quality. But times change. Technology changes. Markets change. We must change. The Romeo workforce must step up to the challenge of a new beginning. That new beginning is the Romeo engine plant. 1.4 million square feet of manufacturing area. Total investment, $900 million. Current customer requirements are 2,000 engines per day. Those requirements are expected to increase during the 1994 model year. Right now, the Romeo 2 valve is in the Crown Victoria, Grand Marquis, Lincoln Town Car, and the Thunderbird and Cougar. The Romeo 4 valve is produced for the Mark 8. Romeo engines will be used in the next generation Mustang. Impressive facts? You bet. But the most impressive aspect of our plant and the key to our success is the people on the Romeo team. Every Romeo team member is a valuable asset. Their cooperation and commitment to quality is an important part of our success so far. Individual and team contributions strengthen the entire Romeo team. As our team is strengthened, so is our future. It is important to recognize contributions made by our teams and team members in quality, productivity, and process improvement. Their personal commitment to excellence will help us attain the goal of a good future and the right to be known as the world's best engine builders. Quality. Without it, you don't have a product. The Romeo team pays careful attention to every aspect of quality.
Hello, I am Ron Kisslinger. I am the Quality Technical Specialist here at Romeo Engine Plant. And back in about the end of February of 1993, George Fowler, our plant manager, called me up to the plant manager's conference room and asked me to come up with an idea to try and stop or deteriorate the number of rejects we were seeing over at Wixom and St. Thomas, our customer plants. We were seeing a lot of defects as far as timing and compression concerns. So I came up with this idea to do a retrofit to cold test. We're about to view an engine here going through its Pro-L test. You can start to see the flywheel moving very slow. It's running at a 30 RPM rate right now, and we're doing the Pro-L test. As soon as the test is complete, it will ramp up to 600 RPM, as it is doing right now, and we do a vacuum and oil test. After which, that information is written to the Statec brick, and then that engine goes down the line with that information. We're now viewing the process monitor screen of the Pro-L unit at station 486 in engine assembly. What it's doing right now is bringing up some good signatures in black, and it's also bringing up some bad signatures in red. As you can see, you can actually see that heartbeat of the engine pulsing along, and then all of a sudden it dropped out here on this cylinder. Possibly a missing lash adjuster, possibly a bent valve, but it did classify it as a reject. I can go in and zoom in on that area, and we can show you that that defect is very noticeable to the computer, as well as it is to the human eye. You'll be able to see in this area that the signatures are drastically different. That's what the signature analysis unit looks at to determine if an engine is good or bad. Paul Thomas, sitting here with me, is very instrumental because of his background with cold test and also his extreme knowledge with the PLC logic that goes with cold test. So I'll let him explain that side.
Hi, my name is Paul Thomas. I'm the controls engineer for engine assembly. The items that Ron had been talking about proved to be a very interesting challenge. We went through several weeks of mating up the computerized base system with the PLC, getting it to function properly. The system was not designed for the purpose that we had used it talking to the PLC. And during that time, we spent a lot of hours debugging, a lot of hours teaching the specific windows for the signatures from each individual engine. And to this day, we've come along with some pretty good results. I have to really thank the people in the areas, especially the electricians, Rex Weir, Terry Hendricks, Renfell Zone, for their efforts in getting this system online, and also for the production coordinator Ron Binke and Phil Brooks on afternoons for putting up with all the heartaches of getting it debugged and getting it working properly.
The system right now, after all this debug process, originally we were sending a lot of engines into the bay, and the repairmen were having to push a lot of engines around, but all their hard work really paid off.
I'm Bryant, Employee Relations Associate and editor of the Romeo Engine Plant Newsline. During the 1993 Ford International Newsletter Conference, the Romeo Engine Plant Newsline received the NAO Award of Excellence for Outstanding Achievement. This award was the direct result of your contributions reporting on the achievements of the Romeo Engine team. Your continued support of the Newsline will help keep Romeo Engine Plant on the front page of Ford News.
Small problem-solving teams are one of the keys to achieving process improvement. There are several problem-solving teams at Romeo that have already made valuable contributions. These teams can get down to business fast, identify the root cause of a problem, and implement solutions. The bottom line is, we don't need to work harder, we need to work smarter. Exactly, what is it that makes a small problem-solving team successful?
Hi, my name is Mike Jemas. I'm the material handling manager at the Romeo Engine Plant. We recently had a very nice success using a small problem-solving group. Actually involved organizing this fairly large warehouse that we have right behind me. The effort went quite well. It actually took only about 40 minutes and occupied about 5 people, and the results were quite spectacular. The warehouse did get organized very quickly, and it's much easier to use right now. We got together a little bit afterwards. We were trying to figure out exactly what it was that made this idea work so well. Tried to put together the various elements about a small problem-solving group that are important and that do cause it to work. We figured out that one of the ingredients was that it was, in fact, a small group. I think it was about 7 people. One other ingredient was that they were the pertinent people, the actual people that work here, that actually use this warehouse on a day-to-day basis. The meeting was well facilitated. We used a flip chart and basically got everybody's ideas quite quickly. People had to feel free that they could freely give their ideas, that the ideas might be rejected, might be accepted, and there was no fear whichever way that would go. In the end, it did turn out very, very well. Like I say, didn't take very long, and the organization has made this a very nice functioning warehouse.
I'm Brad O'Mates from Engine Assembly. I'm a manufacturing engineer put in charge of tearing down the swamp. We're put in charge of trying to get problem-solving teams together individually inside the plant to tear down these engines in the most efficient, cost-effective way with the littlest scrap possible. And we accomplished the goal that hasn't been accomplished in 3 years.
Who all was involved in that, Brad?
Oh, the various teams were involved. We had engine assembly, our sub-assembly departments, and our machining departments played a big part in tearing down the swamp.
How did working in a small problem-solving group make it easier to achieve that goal?
Well, dealing with each team individually really helped us out a lot because we were able to get their problem solved, because that we didn't really know about what kind of problems existed in tearing down engines. And they told us how they wanted parts back, and we were able to get them torn down pretty effective.
Hi, my name is George Feil, and I'm the plant manager of the Romeo Engine Plant. Today I'd like to take an opportunity to thank the members of the many small problem-solving teams that we have working at the Romeo Engine Plant. These teams are vital to the success that we all need in the areas of quality, productivity, safety, and quality of work life. I'd also like to encourage members of the organization that are not involved with small problem-solving teams to become involved, because it's only through your efforts, the efforts of everyone here, that we can continue to make improvements and remain the best engine builders in the world. I'm really encouraged by the results that are being achieved by those teams that are working, but we need more teams. We need more efforts in all the areas that are going to help us. So again, to those of you who are involved with small problem-solving teams, thanks for your effort and keep up the good work. For those of you who are not, get involved. and have an influence on what's going on around here. Thanks much.
If you're going to build the world's best engine, you got to be on the job every day, and it isn't easy to maintain perfect attendance. What motivates someone to be at work every day? Team members with perfect attendance have a lot of good reasons.
Hi, my name is Pat Genovich, and I'm assembler on afternoons. And the reason I come to work every day is because these people are like my family. We're a team. They depend on me to come and do my job to the best of my ability. And when I'm not here, someone has to fill in for me. So it takes a lot of pride in what I do, and I make sure I come here to help out my family.
Hi, my name is Rex Hazard. I work third shift assembly. I come to work every day because it's a work ethic I was brought up with. I've done well with it, and I hope my kids do the same.
Hi, I'm Dave Pontac, third shift electrician, and I come to work every day because I couldn't take it what would happen if my coordinator was left here alone.
I'm Dick Borowski, an electrician in engine assembly. I'm responsible for the engine dynamometer testing facility, both hot test carousels where we run and test each engine before it leaves the plant. Also, first dress, final dress, and the engine drop area. Also, the 14 conveyors that route the engines between areas. I feel that I know my area better than anybody. That's because partially I try to come to work every day, and also I take a great deal of pride in what I do. I think that each one of us has to feel that way about our job in order for us to compete in today's global market.
Another nice piece of equipment, one that meets the demands of today's market. This engine and every other engine built at Romeo is the result of employee and team contributions. Clearly, the Romeo workforce, the Romeo team, is committed to success. The eyes of the entire automotive industry are focused on us. We have no other choice but to succeed. Romeo is well on the way to meeting tough demands and challenges of building the world's best engines. It won't be easy, but our proud Romeo heritage says we can do it. This is the future of Romeo.